Maine, northeastern United States, dense pine forests, fog in the mornings, small towns living their quiet lives. In the heart of these woods stands a place no one likes to talk about. Camp Redwood. The camp opened in the early 1960s. Wooden cabins, a large dining hall, an assembly stage, a dock on the lake. Every summer, children from across the Northeast came here. The brochures promised, Redwood, the summer your children will never forget. But in August 1989, that promise became something sinister. Late one night, a fire broke out in a sleeping cabin. 8 children and 1 counselor died. Bangor Daily News, August 15, 1989. According to firefighters, the doors had been barricaded from the inside. None of the locks were damaged. The cause of the fire remains undetermined. Survivors whispered about voices in the dark, about a chorus calling their names. Days later, those details vanished from the papers. The camp was closed, the buildings left to rot, and Redwood began to die in silence. In the 1990s, local teenagers snuck inside to prove their bravery. They spoke of footsteps at night, of lights in windows where there should be none. In 2001, a local TV crew tried to film a report. Their camera caught slamming doors and footsteps upstairs, but the segment never aired. One cameraman later said, "We heard running above us, but we were the only ones in the building." By then, Redwood was a legend. Locals avoided it. They said after midnight, the children laughed. Summer, 2012. 5 college students from Boston decided to spend the night inside Redwood. 3 young men, 2 young women. They were running a vlog about abandoned places, factories, old farms, forgotten motels. Redwood would be their big story. They stepped through the rusted gates. Grass cracked through the asphalt. Swings creaked in the wind. They joked. They laughed. But the camera already showed their unease. In the dining hall, long wooden tables still stood. On one table, dusty plates as if children had left in a hurry. On the walls, faded posters. Summer 1987. In a broken locker, they found notebooks, children's drawings. All of them showed the camp, a bonfire, and figures standing around it, faceless. In the infirmary, chalk words on scorched walls. Stay with us. Don't leave. The chalk had melted, as if burned by fire. When night fell, they lit a bonfire in the center of the camp. At first it was fun, stories, laughter. Then, a door slammed. All of them were at the fire. And a child's laugh echoed, thin, almost playful. They followed it to the dining hall. A silhouette in the window, small, head bowed. Inside, nothing. Only a charred shoe on the floor. The tag read, Redwood, 1987. When they returned to the fire, their backpacks had been ripped apart, scattered across the ground. And beside them, toys, old, burned. Toys they had never brought with them. The laughter came again, louder than voices, dozens of voices, a chorus of children. They held a single note rising together. It filled the camp. The bonfire dimmed on its own, wood still dry, but flames fading. Their shadows no longer matched their movements. Something else stood among them. One girl screamed. On the roof of a cabin, I saw a child. Head bent down, arms dangling lifelessly. In the blink of an eye, he vanished. Panic. They ran for the gates, but the gates were boarded shut. Heavy planks nailed from the inside. Planks that hadn't been there hours before. They beat their fists against the wood, useless. From the woods came the sound of feet. Figures emerged, child-sized. They moved with sharp, broken motions, joints bending wrong. The camera caught their faces, pale, hollow black eyes, mouths stretched too wide. And then the sound, a crack like bones breaking. They stumbled back into the dining hall. On the walls, new words appeared, scrawled in chalk glowing faintly. Don't leave. Above them, footsteps, running, pounding. Then, a crunch, louder and louder. Bones snapping in the dark. The camera shook. It caught glimpses of figures outside, children, dozens of them, holding hands. They closed in. The camera fell to the floor. We see only legs, running, screams filling the air. And then, silence. A small figure stepped into frame. It lifted the camera and raised it to its face. Hollow black eyes, mouth dripping with dark liquid. The screen went black. Boston Globe, July 22, 2012. Police recovered personal belongings and a video camera at Camp Redwood. No bodies were officially presented. The cause of the incident remains undetermined. Portland Herald. Sources describe an unusual amount of blood and signs of struggle. Police declined to comment. The footage was sealed in the archives. Today, Camp Redwood still stands. Its cabins collapsing, its dining hall rotting, its gates rusting. But the legend remains. Locals say after midnight, you can hear the children, a chorus in the dark, and sometimes a light burns in the old windows. Camp Redwood stays abandoned. No one knows what happened to the students, but sometimes the forest gives back what it takes.